What is going on, people? TripleM back again with another video. It's daily dose of football content, and tonight I would like to talk about Liverpool as they looked infuriatingly good. And I say infuriatingly good because I hate talking about that team from Merseyside, okay? That red team from Merseyside, I loathe talking about them as a Manchester United fan, especially when they do well. I don't mind talking about them when they're doing badly, but when they do well, it's pretty annoying. And you know why I'm talking about them? Because I genuinely believe that Rangers could have gotten a result against Liverpool. I had the Liverpool game on and I had the Barca game on one side, and when Rangers scored, my attention immediately shifted to the Liverpool game because I was hooked. I believed. I thought Rangers could actually pull it off. I saw that first half performance from Rangers and I thought to myself, maybe, just maybe, Rangers can pull off a miracle. Maybe they can get a draw. I knew Liverpool would come back into the game, but I thought maybe Rangers can get a result. Maybe Rangers can just hold on for the rest of the game. And what a fool I was, because Liverpool came out and looked like a completely different team in that second half. Completely different. Now, I don't know what they changed structurally because, again, I had the Barca and Inter game on my second monitor, so I was watching another game of football, so I didn't notice what changed structurally in terms of Liverpool's formation or shape and what they did differently. But what I did notice is a drastic improvement in individual performances. Example, Joe Gomez. I thought Joe Gomez had a terrible first half. He was much better in the second half playing at the right back position, especially with that assist on Roberto Firmino. I believe it was his second goal, I want to say, because his first goal came from a corner in the first half. So yeah, Roberto Firmino's second goal, which was Liverpool's third goal, brilliant cross by Joe Gomez. I mean, the fact that he looked up, he saw where Firmino was pointing, and he knew where Firmino wanted it, and he played the perfectly weighted cross at the perfect time, at the perfect trajectory, into the feet of Bobby Firmino. Excellent. And Bobby Firmino went on to score a brace and probably put in a man-of-the-match performance. Now, if it wasn't for Salah's cameo and his late hat-trick in the second half, Roberto Firmino is probably Liverpool's best player. And you know what's funny about Roberto Firmino? As a United fan, I'm going to be honest, I don't think he gets the respect he deserves, even from Liverpool fans. Now, from rival fans, yeah, he's not going to get the respect he deserves. But from Liverpool fans, I don't think you guys talk about this guy enough, because the whole thing in the summer about Mane leaving and what that's going to do to your front three, and Salah potentially leaving, and Salah's contract situation towards the back end of last season, those are important conversations for you guys to have as a fan base. But Firmino is equally as important as Salah and Mane. Is he on the same level in terms of ability? Of course not. Is he on the same level in terms of output? Of course he isn't. But imagine if Firmino was a more selfish striker. Imagine if Firmino was an out-and-out number 9. Do you really think Salah and Mane would have scored as many goals as they did? Do you really think they would have gotten as much recognition and plaudits as they did if Firmino wasn't selfish? If Firmino didn't use his technical ability to actually be a hold-up player, somebody who actually prioritizes bringing other people into play and prioritizes being a false 9? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I don't think it's crazy to say that Firmino is the glue that held that front three together, at least in part. Just my personal opinion. And even though he hasn't been great recently, I still stand by it. I think he is one of the best false 9s in the Premier League. Maybe not in world football, but in the Premier League, I think he's one of the best false 9s behind Gabriel Jesus. I can't think of anyone else but Gabriel Jesus who's better than Firmino on his day at the hold-up, at being a false 9. And it's funny because the commentary, I was watching it on SuperSport, the commentator said something very weird. He said, Firmino is not really a number 9. He's sort of a false 9. He's not really a number 10. He's sort of a false 10. He's like a ghost. And that's the perfect way to describe Firmino, because he can operate in that sort of 10 role, but he's not really a number 10. He can be a sort of number 9, but he's not really a number 9. He's a very unique player because his technical excellence is so useful. It makes him so versatile. He has good ball control. He has good ball control in tight areas. He has exceptionally accurate passing when he wants to be, right? When he wants to be good at passing, he can be good at passing. You know, if he's confident and he's feeling it and he's in the groove, he's a very difficult player to play against. He can also shoot, which means he can score goals. He can also assist. He can create chances. He can be the guy who creates the assist before the assist, the pre-assist, whatever you want to call it. He can be that guy as well, right? He's just so good at so many elements of the game. His running in behind is not bad either, right? Like he can be very intelligent in terms of making runs in behind, in terms of positional awareness. He can also be a poacher when he wants to be. He's not like great at it, but he can do it at an elite level if needs be, because we've seen Firmino score poacher-like goals in the past and what you would call tap-ins. So he's just such a well-rounded player. He might be a jack of all trades and a master of only some of them, I would say. Right? Like, he's a very, very odd character. Anyways, enough about Roberto Firmino. Let's talk about Mo Salah, because he came on, put in a very good cameo performance. I haven't seen a cameo performance that good since Son came on and scored a hat-trick. I believe it was against Leicester or Brighton. I'm not really sure, but it was a team in blue in the Premier League. It definitely wasn't Chelsea, but it was a team in blue in the Premier League, somewhere in the mid-table region. It wasn't Everton, it wasn't Chelsea, so it was probably either Leicester or Brighton. I don't know why, I can't remember. But anyways, Spurs, Son, hat-trick, second half. That's the last time I saw that. And then again tonight against Rangers, Salah comes on, hat-trick, second half, didn't start the game. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Harvey Elliott improved a lot in the second half as well. I think Harvey Elliott is a player who gets a lot of shtick because he's coming to a very difficult situation. He obviously hasn't been eased in to this level as a young player should. He's kind of just been thrown into the deep end, and I think he's made the best of a bad situation. In fact, I think tonight Harvey Elliott was not at fault in that first half, and it was not at fault in that second half for any sort of issues that Liverpool had, if there was any in that second half. I think Harvey Elliott has shown a level of maturity that very few players can show at that level in that particular situation, considering how Liverpool is struggling recently. And Liverpool fans, you might disagree with me. You might think I'm talking absolute rubbish right now, but I genuinely believe that as a United fan. I think Harvey Elliott gets a hard time, but people need to look at him for what he is. He's a young player who's not really been given the development that he needs to come into this level at the right time, at the right place, right? He's just been thrown into the deep end, and you've got to judge him based on those circumstances. That's just me personally. Who else do I want to talk about? I think that's it. Firmino, Salah, they're both candidates for man of the match. Most people will probably give it to Mo Salah. I'd personally give it to Firmino because without him, you guys don't get back into that game. Thiago came on in the second half. He was pretty decent. He didn't really have much to do, let's be honest. And I think Thiago came on to control the game, to slow down the tempo. But what ended up actually happening is that Liverpool just ramped up the tempo. Liverpool just kept going. Liverpool just went for the dagger. They went for the jugular. And they saw that Rangers were absolutely shell-shocked by the third goal, and they took advantage, and they just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going. And despite the fact that they almost conceded on a counter, they kept going and kept going and kept going. It was really, really, really scary to see that version of Liverpool again. Now, it is just Rangers. I get that. Some people are going to say, it's just Rangers. But listen, this is the same Rangers team that went to Anfield a few weeks ago and only got beat 2-0. So I ask you again, do you think did you think before this game Rangers were going to lose 7-1 after what you saw at Anfield? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, Liverpool created a lot of chances. They could have won that game 4-0, maybe 5-0 if you're being generous. But 7-1? 7-1 at home? I don't think anybody predicted that at all. Especially not after what happened at the weekend with Arsenal. I think Liverpool, this was their best performance of the season. I know they beat Bournemouth. It was Bournemouth, right? 9-0. They beat Bournemouth 9-0. I know that was a great performance, but I think tonight was better when you apply the context of where Liverpool are, how bad Liverpool are. The fact that they just came off a difficult loss to Arsenal, and they're going into a big game against Manchester City, probably the hardest game of their season under the current circumstances. And you've got to say that this is a huge confidence booster for people like Salah. He is slowly starting to become an output machine again, gradually starting to add up those goals and assists again, which is what he's been known for at Liverpool, right? He's the talisman. He's the main guy. He's that guy who just finds a way to win Liverpool games, and he's slowly creeping his way back in. Even though he had a bad performance against Arsenal, this could be big for Liverpool. Anyways, thanks for listening to me waffle about that red team in Merseyside. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It's been your boy TripleM. Peace.